You're here to talk to us about all things fake news. What have you got coming up for us?
This is a story that comes from the big news of this week. It was Mamoudou Gassama, the Malian migrant who made world headlines by climbing a building, saving a child, and he's now getting French citizenship. Now, like any big story, it's attracted its share of conspiracy theories. Now, I'll get onto that in a minute. First of all, I want to ask your indulgence. I want to see the video one more time. We've seen it a lot this week, but it's an amazing video. Now, I want to go through what my first impressions were when I saw this. I see that kid. He's 4 years old, and it looks like his feet are dangling in midair. It's extremely hard to hang like that for a long time. So I thought that's weird. And then the other things I see, the neighbor, it looks like he can just grab the kid. He just has to reach a little bit further and save him. Now, I wasn't the only one who had these thoughts. A lot of people were talking about it on the internet. And some of the more conspiracy-minded ones, they saw a plot. That's what they do. They like conspiracies. And so they thought that this whole thing was staged as a way to get some good press for migrants, right? And so they said that this was actually a complete mise en scène. And they actually created a hashtag Mamoudou fake to share some of their theories.
What are they saying then? What's the big conspiracy here?
Well, the big conspiracy is that someone has gotten together, so either pro-migrant groups like NGOs or these mysterious global elites, they've gotten together and they've staged this thing, and in fact the boy was in complete security. If we can take a look at a tweet, here's an example. Most of these things seem to come from the far right, from people who aren't happy that there are migrants coming to Europe. And so there was one tweet that said, "What if this is just a pathetic mise en scène to quote-unquote educate the people? A huge manipulation by the global elites to make people accept the bitter pill of this migrant invasion." Migrant invasion, we're clearly in the land of the far right and racists. So some people suggested even that it wasn't a real kid, it was a dummy, it was a mannequin, and others, like I said, that he was wearing a harness.
Is there any evidence of some of these right-wing conspiracies that have appeared on the internet?
No, there's no evidence of this at all. It's based on nothing. It's based on an absence of other information. What they're doing is they're playing on doubts. They looked at the same video that we just saw, the same video that everyone saw, and they're playing on any doubts, any holes that video could leave open to speculation. And what happened is a couple of days after that first video came out, another person who filmed the scene posted a video of the same incident, but taken from further away from a different angle, and they actually posted it saying, "Hold on, this will correct this. You see everything more clearly here." And perhaps we can see that video there. Like I said, it's taken from a different angle. It's more from the side, and you get a clearer picture. So one of the things you see, you look at the kid again, and you see, here we go, that there's actually a sort of black grill or netting in front of the balcony, and any rock climber will tell you that if your feet are touching something, even if it's vertical, it gives you more grip. It makes it easier to hang there, so that might explain how the kid could be hanging there. The other thing you see is that the neighbor here, he's actually a little bit further from the kid when you see it from the side, and there's something blocking him, and he later told the press that he couldn't really reach her. He was afraid that if he tried to bring the kid, he'd either drop the kid or he'd fall over himself. So you see that one video wasn't telling the whole story.
And then what's the big picture, Derek? What do we learn from undermining those kinds of images online, the conspiracy theories?
It's just that images are very persuasive, especially if they're moving images, but we can't forget that all you're seeing is what is in front of the camera, what is caught while the shutter is actually open, and other things could be happening outside the frame. And so you just have to be very aware that one photo doesn't tell the whole story. So here's another picture, and tell me, what do you see here?
Tests for me this morning here on France Day 4. I see, well, this is obviously the Syrian-Jordanian border, a child, probably a refugee, perhaps moving between the two countries.
Exactly, and it looks like he's the only child. It looks like that whole expanse of desert is there behind him. And this is a picture, this is actually true. Everything that it says in the caption is true. But there, if you take another look at the scene, there were other photographers there that day. This is the whole scene. It was a whole group of refugees who were crossing the border, and the boy is in the distance. You can see him there in the close-up. He's wearing the same white jacket with the same red Nike sweatshirt. And this is just an illustration. It's two photographs. This is still tragic. Like, no kid should have to walk through the desert like this. It's a horrible, heart-rending story, but it does show that the first picture didn't tell the whole story.
Absolutely, and I believe you might have one more example for us. Is that right, Derek?
Yeah. This is a princely example. This is a prince doing something that is not very princely. If we could see a picture of Prince William, and maybe here we go. Now there.
Oh goodness
me! That says nothing. I don't know where the camera is on me, but
not
here's
regal,
what he was doing.
Not regal at all.
Okay, this is what. Oh, excuse me. Hold on.
There we are. That looks about right.
Anyway, that's what he's doing. If we could see the next picture, we see it from a different angle. And you'll see, in fact, what he's doing, he's holding up 3 fingers to say, I have been thrice blessed. He used the word thrice. He's got 3 kids. It was when he was the birth of his latest child. Just a reminder, just one picture doesn't tell the whole story.
Derek, thank you very much indeed. And just tell us briefly, if we want to see more of the Observers, where can we catch more of you?
It's on our website, of course, observers.france24.com. You can go there also for a verification guide that will show you, give you more tips on how to spot things that are not true.